Okay. So, tonight, I'll work on some more Minecraft. Yeah. And I've changed things up on the stream a little bit. Things will be a little different tonight. As you can see, I have a new little friend over here instead of our tip jar, or follow jar, tip jar, whatever you want to call the thing. I think Streamlabs calls it a tip jar. It's a snowman now, just because. Anyway, let's get into the Minecraft. Still working on converting this one, getting it updated, all that good stuff. Got a little bit more to go on this. Got a couple of ideas of some things I might want to do on the other creative map. Don't know if we'll get to that tonight. But yeah, giving some thought to some new buildings. And who knows, might start outlining one of those pretty soon. I'll start outlining one of those pretty soon. Kind of getting into the Victoria building here lately. Victorian era building in Europe. It's kind of interesting to me right now. Might do something like that here pretty soon. Something large. But not too terribly time consuming, I don't think, because I don't want to get into something that I'm going to be working on for months and not get it finished before supposedly we get the super duper graphics pack. So, and who knows, maybe I'll change texture packs for that too. I'm kind of thinking about that Chroma Hills texture pack. I was talking to Mag about that the other night. I think that might be kind of interesting to play around with. I'll have to buy it because I don't own it right now, but it kind of intrigues me a little bit. I have to say. I'm kind of liking the fact that it's a 128 by 128 texture pack, and kind of curious to see what I can build with it. Might be kind of cool. It's kind of a realistic, kind of like natural texture pack a little bit, is what what a lot of other reviewers have been calling it, saying it's very similar to natural, which I do own, and I do like that one quite a bit. But it's got a lot more detail to it. So, might be trying that one, because when shaders come along, that might be a pretty good one to play around with. I'm not quite sure which one in the Super Duper Graphics pack they were using as a demonstration. I think it was the natural texture pack, which is why I bought that. And if I'm not mistaken, natural texture pack is supposed to be bundled with the Super Duper Graphics pack too, so I already own it though, natural texture pack. So we'll see. Might be kind of fun to play around with it a little bit. We'll check it out. Alright. And that one needs to go there, doesn't it? Yep. Yep. Alright. Still got a lot of these sections to do here, though, so see how many of these we can knock out tonight. this build's pretty much going to be done because it's going to be updated at that point. I don't think there's too much more I want to change on this particular build. May start another one though. May start another one though on this map. Something similar to this shape, but not quite the same. Because I want to do some stuff radiating out from all directions. So I've got these little, I guess for a lack of a better term, I got these light rails going out, radiating out from each one of these. Extend that out a bit, might do something out that way. We shall see. Might be kind of fun. Alright. So I do like playing with these futuristic shapes. It's kind of fun. Some non-traditional building. Kind of fun to mess around with. Something very alien. Being a big sci-fi nut, I like doing these futuristic things. All right. But yeah, I don't think this one will take too much more time to finish up. Maybe a night or two, and that's going to be about it, I think. So I'd take the last night off. Streaming every night. I try to stream every other night, I think, from now on. You know, all things permitted, you know, if there's no lightning storms or, you know, personal storms going on in my life, I'll try to stream every other night. All goes well, we'll try to stick to that. Because my back is doing so much better now. Yeah, I think the potential for me messing that up is, again, it's pretty slight. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Get these knocked out as quickly as we can. And who knows, we might start working on something new tonight. Who knows? Alright. Well, let's see, let's go ahead and place that one too. Can't see those back there, but I like to replace them anyway. Consistency. Because if I don't, I know they're there. It bugs me, so. Alright. Very good. Alright. Very good. Turn up the music a little bit. Alright. All right. I don't think I made any friends on Facebook today. I was not very kind to Facebook on Twitter today. Alright. Mostly out of frustration for these websites you go to. They're like, oh, you start to read an article or something on a website, and all of a sudden it's like, want to continue reading? Log in through your Facebook. I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. And I'm starting to see that more and more often here lately, and it really got my goat. So it was not very flattering. Not very flattering in my Twitter post today about Facebook or sites that use that ploy. Alright. I'm surprised Facebook hasn't responded to me. I'm like, screw you too, man. Like I care, I'm not on Facebook anyway, so. It's raining again in Minecraft. It seems to do that a lot. Alright. One right there. Yes. Okay, that one's done. Go ahead and get this level completed. I didn't quite finish it the other night. So does that go like that? Let's see. No. Seriously? I used to be much faster at this. But ever since the Better Together update, they've kind of screwed up the timing on these just a little. It's supposed to be 4 across, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah, one more. There we go. Alright, I hope Mixer's not having problems tonight. I only dropped 2 frames since I started streaming, so that's a good sign. And it announced that I was online, but hopefully announcements are working okay. We'll find out whenever our regulars find us tonight. Alright, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 4, 4, 1, 3, 4. That's a 3. Something's not right. Let's check on this side. 4, 3, 2, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. There we go. Let's go ahead and replace these edge pieces so I can keep track of where I'm at. Okay. Yeah, apparently most of the better together, or the Minecraft aquatic update videos I've been watching seem to apply to the Java edition more than they do the better together version. So yeah, we definitely had some experimental fails the other night, but that's why we experiment with things before we do anything major in survival, so we can see if these things are going to work or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Wow. Okay. Busted a lot of blocks all at once. Hey there, how you doing? Doing all right tonight? Why is my screen pure green? Ah, that sounds like a you problem. I'm doing pretty good. Just updating this build. What are you making? I am actually updating a build I built 8 years ago on the 360. This build right here. Called the aquatic build. Just kind of killing a little bit of time updating this until I decide everything I'm going to do in my next build. What is it inspired after I see others from your pictures? Science fiction stuff that I have around the house. Like if you see my double-decker bus, that was actually a picture I had over my TV when I started building it. I had a picture of a Roadmaster double-decker bus that I picked up at I think it was Walmart years before. And then my P40 Warhawk was based on models I used to build when I was a kid. And then various other things from my childhood, R2-D2, Starship Enterprise, stuff like that. Oh, you can totally build like this. Believe me, when I started off, I was not a good builder. I made mud huts just like the rest of them. I just got tired of traditional building after a while, and started experimenting with stuff. And the first thing I ever built outside the norm was a little red wind-up robot. You play more survival? Yeah, I've been playing a lot of survival lately too. And if you go back and check out a lot of my past streams that I have uploaded to YouTube, you'll see a lot of survival stuff up there, which is mostly what I've streamed in the past, but I want to branch out and do a little bit of creative too. Because it is fun to play around with stuff every once in a while. Gotta break the pace every once in a while and play a little something else. I've streamed other games too, but Minecraft's one of the ones I've been playing for a long time. Alright, well, this level up here has not been updated yet. Let's go back and get it. Fly up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it used to be a lot quicker. I got used to playing the old Minecraft on the 360 when I built these. And I gotta kind of get used to creative again, build up some speed. And I figured this would be a good way to build up some speed again. Let's see, was that 4 across? No, it was 3 across, wasn't it? 3 across and then 3. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, start building up a little bit of speed on this again, and you're ready to hit some big builds. Alright. Yep. Yeah, I like building creative. It's definitely a lot quicker than survival. You can do some things in creative that would literally take you years to do in survival. So it's nice to be able to do that. Let's see, what did that just say? That's one of these new songs we haven't heard before. I think it's the first time this song is played on stream. Got a whole bunch of new music from 99 Lives that, since it's all mixed in with the 13 hours of music, sometimes we get a new song we haven't heard before. This one's pretty catchy. Alright. Let's see, let's go ahead and place all these corner pieces. Alright. Yep. Seriously? Alright. I find it hard to keep to my own pace. Well, we still got the realm. Have to visit that for too long, see what's been going on there. Yeah, it's a survival realm. A lot of my previous streams are in that survival realm. More recent ones, anyway. Alright. Music. You guys what he's saying. It'd be nice if we can get this one finished tonight. Yeah, it's a possibility. Definite possibility. We could get this finished tonight.
Promise you I'd never see eye as beautiful as yours on that night.
Okay.
Guess it's true. One girl can steal the room. I promise I was hooked on your every word. I fucking loved everything that I heard. Even your voice to me was amazingly cute. I know I couldn't leave you on the doorstep with a bite. I had to kiss your lips and say goodnight. At that moment, I knew I was falling for.
So some of those are replaced and some of them have not.
I can't believe how you let me go now. I gave you my heart.
All right.
Yours to keep. And I can't think right. Stuck on my mind. I guess I'll pay. Tomorrow is a better day.
Nope. I'm gonna play something too.
How can someone so
All right.
new make me smile? Make me feel like I'm worth a while.
Back up a little bit. I find if you get too close, it's harder to place.
Even stayed awake to make sure you were safe. Lifted my hoodie to get you through the day. There's nothing more I could have done to prove I'm
All
right.
right. Now, what are you doing that for? Still get a little bit of lag in the game. I don't know why. The last update, there seemed to be a little bit of lag created.
It was yours to keep. And I can't think right. You're stuck on my mind. I guess I'll pay.
All right.
Tomorrow is a better day.
There we go.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice.
And thank you for the
There will
follow.
be no match for you.
All right.
I can't believe how you let me go now. I gave you my heart. It was
There we
yours
go.
to keep.
Yeah, that's another thing I changed a little bit is the Gabriel, how you doing? How you doing tonight? That's another thing I changed was the follow announcement a little bit. Follow and the host announcements have changed ever so slightly. That's a good song.
I just need for you to see all the potential. Yeah, it's killing me, thrilling me. Oh, there's not enough hours in a day. I've been
Doing all right tonight?
to myself. For you,
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. It's been kind of quiet in here tonight. I don't know if Mixer's having issues of some kind or what. Let's see, I think that's right too. Yeah. There we go. All right.
yeah, my scripture. I just need for you to see the bigger picture. Yeah, it's killing me, thrilling me.
Yeah, I cannot complain.
You to stay
I've had a pretty good day. Alright, let's see if we're doing this right. 322, yeah, 322. Let's go ahead and replace these outer ones so I don't lose track of where I'm at again. Got a bad angle on that. Let's try this way. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking my next creative build may be a Victorian building. You soon get your 16 hours, yeah, you'll be able to get into the realm. As soon as you get ranked up, you'll be able to get in that realm. I'll have to go visit that again here pretty soon. Won't be too long. How many hours you got now? It's a random thing to say. That's a random thing to say as a greeting. I don't know. Why are you watching it? Why are you watching it? Are you jealous much? Are you jelly, bro? You sound jelly. I don't see any little kids. You see any little kids? I don't see any little kids. Where are the little kids? Nope, none of them. It sounds more like a you thing. Sounds like you're jelly. You're totally jelly. Says who? Says who? Let's see. Who made this game? Who made this game? Was it a 12-year-old little kid? Aw. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Trying to put jelly. No, you jelly. You're totally jelly. You're totally jelly. Can't build, can't stream, gotta go troll. Is that it? Can't build, can't stream, gotta go troll. Yeah, I don't know who that is. It must be something from a commercial. I don't watch commercials. Radio Shack. No, these are Audio Technicas. These are Audio Technicas. Definitely not Radio Shack. I don't think Radio Shack even sells electronics anymore, do they? They're out of business now, aren't they? I think last time I saw Radio Shack, they were selling phone cases. That's about all they sell anymore. Nothing but phone cases. Computer says no. Computer says no. I don't know what you're saying there. I have no idea what you're saying there. It doesn't make any sense. It's not spelled right. You work at Chuck E. Cheese. Well, you're just full of references to a place that went out of business, aren't you? You sound really old. You sound really old. You keep referencing things that went out of business ages ago. What's the name of the song? This one is called Stellar by JJD and Audio Blade. Yeah, it's one of the 99 Live songs. It's a good song. A lot of good songs on there. A lot of free songs. Royalty free, too. Does that ever work? Does that ever work?
Well trained, my young apprentice.
And thank you for the follow.
There will be no match for you.
Is that your favorite thing to put in your mouth? White Vans. Is that what you do for fun? Is that how your mom met your dad? Boom. Free Wi-Fi. What makes you think I even have Wi-Fi? You forgot the thing? Which thing are you trying to do, Gabriel? You trying to do exclamation point points? That's just random numbers. Random numbers. Points. There you go. Yeah, you're close, man. You're at 11.4 hours. You're not far off now. Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime. Give you the IP. Even if I gave you my IP, you wouldn't be able to get to it. You wouldn't even be able to get to it. Why are you streaming in a locker? What? Locker? Give it to you. Yeah, sure, man. Does that work? Does that ever work? People give you their IP address? Has that ever once worked? You poison Halloween candy. No, I don't even turn on my light for Halloween. No. You still trick or treat? That's disturbing. Let's see here. I got 4323. Let's see, 4323. Yeah, that's right. You give away apples. No. Because it broke. What broke? I could definitely hack you before you could hack me anyway. No idea what that means. Are you from the 1930s? Do it. Oh, I got better things to do. I'm an adult. I got better things to do. 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see here. 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Go ahead and replace these so I don't lose count again. Aw. Drew a little 8. Followed by some equals and a D. No. That's close to a local IP address, though. But everybody has local IP address. Yeah. Is that how big yours is? Is that what you're saying? Hit your IP. Yeah, sure, man. I'll get right on that. I'll get right on that. Where your girlfriend? I don't know. Where is your mom? Ask her why she hadn't called lately. You smell like ketchup. That's a burn. Is that a burn? Not even close. Not even close. Since you can hack. Just means I can do something, doesn't mean I do it. Hit your IP. It's a good song too. Sierra Tango Foxtrot uniform. Aw, in your big words. Let's see here. I appreciate all the views though. Since you're hanging out, you know, you're jumping up my view count. That's always nice. Bouncing up my view counts. View counts. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me do. Let's see, is it on this page? Let's see if I remember where it's at. Oh yeah, here we go. What's up, Illinoisian? How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? Doing good. How are you? How you doing tonight? We got some wannabe trolls that are just bouncing up my viewer count right now, so they're not very creative. Not very creative. Yeah, I got a few immature people in here tonight. Probably little kids up late. Little kids up late. It's just like your world. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and time you out for, ooh, let's say 500 minutes. There we go. How's that? There we go. Should be a little bit quieter now, right? Hey there, how you doing? Sound like Herbert from Family Guy. Let's see, which one is Herbert? I don't really watch Family Guy, I'll be honest. Don't really watch Family Guy. And you've reached the rank of Apprentice Grade 2. Good job. I do like Seth MacFarlane's new show is real good. The what's it called? The sci-fi one. It's real good. Totally slipped my mind what it's called. What is that new Seth MacFarlane show? The space one. It's not Space Quest. What's it called? Can't even remember now. That should be coming back on December, I think. Comes back on in December. That's a pretty good show. I like that one. All right. Another failed troll attempt. That's alright, they give me a few more words I can ban. It's always nice to get the word filters up a little bit more, you know. Those word filters built up. Orville, yeah, the Orville, that's it. Why couldn't I think of that? Yeah, I watched the first season of that. It's a really good show. It's Star Trek's better than Star Trek does. I watched the new Discovery too. It was okay. I like the Orville better. Orville's actually going to have some people that were in Star Trek on it. It's going to be kind of cool. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. It's a good show. Matt Gabriel, welcome back. Should be a little quieter in there now. I think I timed out their ringleader and they got tired. It's like, oh, just had a pot full of geniuses in here. Just a great pot full of geniuses. All right. Wrong one. Little kids get jelly. It's like, he's got people watching him. We gotta go troll him. They need a good whooping. Yeah. Let the beatings begin. Just goes to show some little children shouldn't be allowed on the internet. Let's see here. True. I know, right? It's like you wouldn't let them go out and play in the street at night, but you're going to let them on the internet where they can get into even more trouble. It's like, that's a good idea. Great parents. Boom. All right. This is coming along pretty good. It's one of these new songs too. This one's called Gone by Splice and Two Way. Pretty good song. See, I popped that one by accident. And that one. Alright. Very nice. Let's see if I got this upper section all done now. Let's see. Take a quick spin around. Don't start tomorrow anyway. It does here. They should be getting to bed. Oh, does school start there? I don't know. I don't have any school-age kids anymore, so I don't really keep up with the schedule anymore. See, I missed a blocker right there. Let's fix that. Alright, these we have not done yet. And these we missed somehow. Oh, how did I miss these? Totally missed these. Totally miss these. So yeah, I think the next project is going to be a Victorian building, if I'm not mistaken. Probably go to the other creative map and work on that. Might do a little experimentation on that map too. Try to work out some new farm designs too. You know, we got all these new physics and redstone physics and the way water reacts with redstone stuff these days, and kind of want to try some new stuff and see what we can come up with design wise. So when Minecraft first came out on the 360, you started last week to go back to school. The Minecraft came out on 360. We figured out how to make all kinds of stuff from scratch, and figured out some neat mob traps and all kinds of stuff. Of course, a lot of that stuff's old hat now, but we got an opportunity to invent some new things now. Which is kind of fun, because we can figure out some stuff we don't have designs for now. They just flat out don't work the old way. And I'm curious to see what we can do with the bubble stuff. I think the bubble stuff might be used for pretty good for enhancing some traps for mobs and things. You'd like not? Yeah, well, watch upcoming streams, because we're going to be figuring some of that stuff out. I'm surprised so much of my redstone stuff still works on the creative map. But some things are going to have to be redesigned. Mob traps definitely need to be redesigned. So they do not work the same way anymore. They're just not as efficient as they were. Plus, I want to figure out some way to protect against the drowned. Drowned are kind of annoying. Need to develop some new traps and ways of defending against those guys. Might be interesting to develop a mob farm for drowned. You will? Good deal. Yeah, we'll definitely be playing around with a lot of that stuff. I'll do some, try to figure out some efficient farms for seagrass too. So I'll play around with some of that stuff as well. Alright. Now, let's see if we missed any of these others. I think we may be good down to that layer down there. Okay. Got this one to do still. Made an elevator using magma block for down, soul sand for up. Yeah, we did one of those on stream the other night too. Works pretty fast too, surprisingly enough. I thought we were gonna have to turn everything into source blocks, but BO4. Which one's BO4? Is that Battlefield? Is it Battlefield 4? Is that the new Battlefield 4? Is that the World War II one? I don't have it yet. I'd like to get it eventually. Try it out. Still haven't bought Battlefield 1. It went on sale not long ago. I could have got it fairly cheap. Call of Duty Black Ops 4? Oh, no, I don't have that one. Is that the new World War II one now? When everybody was having a fit over the video, some people were like, that's not realistic. Well, no, it's a video game. I tell you what I really want to do is get the new Far Cry and get the I really want to get that Vietnam expansion and play that. Really want to play that. That looks pretty sweet. I don't know if you ever had a chance to play Battlefield Vietnam on PC, but that was an amazing game. Love to see that one brought back, updated, made bigger. Just don't get many Vietnam games. But yeah, that was a great PC game. I love Battlefield Vietnam. That was great. Love to play that one again, but they took down those servers a long time ago. I still like Battlefield 1942. I saw where they brought Battlefield 1943 over to Xbox One. No campaign, blackout mode, which is battle royale. Really? What's the new World War II one they came out with? The one where the girl's got the mechanical arm. What's that one called? What was that one called? Has that come out yet? I think that one's out. Or the beta was out. That's good. That looks like a pretty good game. Still like to play Battlefield 1 sometime, though. Gotta figure out things to do with the Dolphins in the game, too.
You have been well trained, my young
And thank you for the follow.
They will be no match for you.
Yeah, I forget what it's called now. I was talking about it there for a while, and it's like I haven't heard anything about it. I think some people were streaming the beta for a while there. Like maybe an open beta or something. Can't remember now. And then, of course, Fallout 76, I guess that's going to get eventually released. I really want to play that. Totally buying that when it comes out. They won't let us stream it, though, so there's no point in getting the beta right now. That's why nobody's streaming that. They won't let you do it. Probably the private beta for Black Ops 4, is that it? Are you a wizard? Why, yes I am. You're a wizard, Harry.
My young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are really excited about Red Dead Redemption 2. It looks like that one might be pretty good too. I've only played a little bit of the first one. I played a little bit of the zombie add-on for that one. That was at a friend's house. Never actually owned the game. I did play a little bit of it and thought it was pretty cool. I noticed people that got pretty serious about the poker games in Red Dead Redemption 1. Gonna have a good story, you think? Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Alright, let's drop down and do this one. Be to the bottom of this before we know it. Liar's Dice, is that one of the casino games you can play in that? I actually like to play Texas Hold'em quite a bit in video format. It's one of the things I loved about Test Drive Unlimited 2 was the casino add-on for that game was fantastic. And people used to play the crap out of that, and you could get some really good poker games going on in there. You did too? You like that one? Yeah, that was a good game. I actually did a stream of that one night just to see if anybody was still playing that, because I still have the game. Still have my 360 over here. And surprisingly enough, there were still a few people playing it. Gotta go? Alright. If you stream tomorrow or the weekend, I'll stay for most of the stream. Alright, cool, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stream at least every other night. Weekends might have some nice long streams, just depending on what I got going on for the weekend. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try. What is tonight? Wednesday. So yeah, definitely Friday night. Probably will have a nice long stream. Probably get me some caffeine going on and do a nice long stream Friday night. Well into Saturday morning. You got the 360 over the weekend? Yeah. I still have mine. It just wasn't any point in trading it in since they don't give you anything for it. There's still some games that they haven't converted to play and probably won't. Test Drive Unlimited is one of those. That company is out of business, so I doubt that game will ever get converted. Still a fun game to drive around Hawaii and play, though. You got Ibiza to tool around on that too. All right, Gabrielle, I'll see you, man. Have a good one. Yeah, I like that game quite a bit. I spent a lot of time playing that game. Got quite a lot of the cars. I think I showed off quite a few of the cars and houses and stuff I had in that game when I did my stream. So I had a pretty good collection, including the 2 games that you have to win from the casino, which there's just no way you get them now because there just aren't enough people playing the game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I like that game quite a bit. I wish they'd come out with another one. I'd love to see an Xbox One version of that game. Could you imagine how good that would be? It was just fun driving around the islands and that. What is the build? The build is called Aquarius. I'll back up so you can kind of get a look at it. And basically just doing an update on it right now. This is an 8-year-old build that I did on 360 and converted it when I came over to Xbox One and converted it again to Better Together update. And I figure it's well timed to update it. There's a lot of new blocks in this game that I didn't have when I built this thing originally that I would have used, so most of it is converted. Pretty much the only thing I've got left to change out on the thing now is these blocks that I'm working on now. Where am I from? The United States of America. Southeast part of the U.S. Let's see here. Yeah, I used these iron blocks originally, but the textures on these have changed a bit, and they're a little too. The lines in the iron blocks are a little more aggressive than they used to be when I built this on the 360. So I like the marble much better now. Didn't have that originally. Yeah, 8 years ago on the 360, when Minecraft first came out on the 360, I started building. On my flat creative map, which I've also got converted over, and this map and a couple other maps. And this map was a water map. It's back when Minecraft you could put in certain seeds and they'd bring up certain types of maps, and this one was a purely water map at the time. Tarrier is Baltic States. Is that where you live? You're from Pakistan and still live there? Wow. I don't know if we've had any viewers from Pakistan before. I've had people watch from Dubai before. Definitely had some people watch from Dubai before. Connection's bad? Yeah, probably so. From Pakistan? I'd imagine it wouldn't be that great, yeah. Yeah. Maybe it'll get better. You're from Syria? Yeah, I used to watch a gal on here that was from Syria originally. She was really good. She played Minecraft quite a bit. Back on gunfire outside, okay. Wish I could say that didn't happen in the US too, but it does sometimes. Alright. Yep. Hey there, how you doing?
You have been well trained.
And thank you for the follow.
They will be no match for you.
Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I might actually get this finished tonight. Which means Friday night stream might be a new build. Never can tell. I think the next thing I'm going to build is a Victorian building. A large one. You're from Ferguson, Missouri? I don't think I've ever been to Ferguson. I want to think I have a friend that lives near Ferguson, though. Did you run up and ask him that? Let's see here. Hey man, why are you shooting in the street? It's my job. It's what we do. Alright, let's see here. I think if I heard gunshots in the street these days, I'd just grab my gun and go outside and see what's going on. That's what I'd do. Sorry, English is new. Alright. Goes America. It's a good song too. Alrighty. Yeah, bumped me up one. There we go. Alright, we'll work around this way. Quite a few to do on this side. Estonia is a cold place. Is it? Where's that? Is that up in... Is that up in Russia? That's not up in Russia, is it? It's near Russia, though, right? I went to college with a guy from Russia. And what did your president bomb me? I don't know. You'll have to go on his stream and ask him. I can't answer questions for other people, man. Did you anger him on Twitter? You did. That sucks, man. I hate that for you. Did they grow back? Did they ever grow back? Don't you hate it when that happens? Have you tried watering them? How's it going, Mag? Yeah, but now there's 3. Yeah, that happens. You know, you hang around our nuclear plants over here, that can happen too. You put a rubber band around yours. There's some people that are into that. There are definitely some people that are into that. Fallout fan? Yeah, definitely. Definitely Fallout fan. Who isn't? Fallout's a great game. I love the Fallout games. Every time I see one of those dolphins pop out of the water, I'm like, what's that? And I was like, oh yeah, the dolphins. I'm not used to dolphins being on this map. Turtles too. Got turtles hanging out on the shores. See, those are cows. There's a turtle. There's another turtle. I used to keep mobs off on this thing on 360, so. Yeah, I got some Fallout stuff I wear too on stream. Got some hats and t-shirts and all that kind of good stuff. Well, you know, there's some famous people that have died from that. I think, what was it? What was the martial art guy that died from that? It was the one that was in Kill Bill. What was his name? He played Bill in Kill Bill. What was that guy's name? That's how he died. RDR2? You mean R2D2? I don't know who that is. One that likes to choke himself? I don't know who that is. I know a dude that played Bill in Kill Bill. He died that way. They found him in a hotel room. Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, yeah. We were just talking about that a little while ago. Yeah, it hadn't come out yet. It looks good, though. I imagine Mag will be streaming that when it comes out. I don't even know when it comes out, to be honest.
You have been well trained.
And thank you for the follow.
Able to no match.
Someone followed. That's new. Change that. Change that tonight before stream. Someone followed.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice.
Have you seen YouTube channel? No, never heard of that one. What's the one I've been watching lately? I've been watching a Russian one that shows like really funny clips. What's that one called?
Well trained,
Something
my young
Der
friend.
Tubin or something like
They will
that.
be no match for you.
And thank you for the follow. Yeah, I've been watching. God, I can't remember the name of the site. They got hundreds of videos, and it's all just clips from all over the internet. It's really, really funny though. It's a good laugh. Good laugh. It's just compilations of videos from all over the internet. Put them all together. It's really funny. Yeah, sorry, man. I don't know who that is. No idea who that is. Of course, I didn't know who the hell Ninja was either. I'd heard all this stuff about Ninja this, Ninja that, and I had to go look up who that was. I didn't have a clue who Ninja was. It's like turned out to be some kid who plays video games. Like, okay, I don't see what the big deal is. But you know, same thing with Dr. Disrespect. When people were talking about that, I was like, I had to go look it up. It's like I have no idea who that is. These are not people I watch. Don't know who they are. You know, I watch Philip DeFranco, and I watch that Russian YouTube thing, and there's a few other people I watch. And of course, I watch that Diamondback 662 guy because he's awesome. He's my favorite YouTuber. He is fan-freaking-tastic. Let's see here. Definitely my favorite YouTuber. He doesn't even monetize. How rare is that? This advertisement was brought to you by Diamondback 662. Yeah, I don't monetize my channel. It's like, yeah, why bother? Just have to set up another payment account somewhere for somebody. It's like, yeah, forget it. I was reading a well, I guess they had a video. News sites tend to have videos as well as stories. I can't remember if I watched the video or read the news story first, but they were talking about how all these people on Twitter and YouTube that have these thousands and thousands, sometimes millions of followers, a lot of them have a tremendous number of fake followers that they've actually paid for to boost their numbers. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And they were talking about this great purge they did a while back, and it's like all these people lost these millions of viewers all of a sudden. They were talking about, oh, we've been demonetized, or some of our viewers have disappeared. And it's like, no, a lot of your fake viewers have disappeared. A lot of your fake viewers have disappeared. They went through and purged a bunch of them. So I'm constantly getting stuff on Twitter from people. It's like, we'll sell you 500 Twitter followers for $19.99 or some crap like that. And I'm always just like blocking them. I tend to report and block them on Twitter. YouTube does a purge every week. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me none. That wouldn't surprise me none. I'm not that worried about numbers. But, you know, apparently people, they named some famous people that like lost a lot of viewers because they had bought those viewers. They're not real viewers, apparently. I'm like, really? Yeah, it's funny too, because when they did that, Philly D was complaining about how his number of viewers went down. I'm thinking, Philly, you've been buying viewers, dirty rat. It's like, really? It's like, how ironic. I'm talking about losing a bunch of his viewers in one day. And it's like they did that great big purge. They had just talked about doing that great big purge, but I guess he didn't get the memo. I still like the guy. He's got a lot of followers, but yeah, that was kind of ironic. He didn't really know what was going on. And of course, the big news here lately has been all these media sites deleting Alex Jones off their stuff. I thought that was kind of funny. I saw Twitter. The CEO of Twitter was like almost calling himself a hero today because he gave Alex Jones a timeout on Twitter. I'm thinking, yeah, that makes you a big hero. Makes you a big hero. It's like, seriously, dude. Personally, I like when the assholes on the internet have free speech, because that way you know who all the assholes are, you know? I like to see free speech, because you know who all the people are to avoid, you know. When Twitter did a bot purge a while ago, it exposed the holes in how many people use Twitter, so the stockholders aren't happy. Really interesting. Yeah, sometimes it comes down to money, man. If they start losing money, they'll stop getting rid of the phonies. That's usually how it goes. It all comes down to dollars in the end, you know. They always do whatever's financially beneficial to them. They don't really care about doing right or wrong. They just care about the bottom line, money. That's what it's really about. If they think getting rid of something will make them more money, they'll do that. If they think keeping something will make them more money, they'll do that. Give you an idea, the Twitter CEO lost 200,000 followers in 5 minutes with that purge. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if he was making money off followers, I mean, you know. It'll be interesting to see, where it goes from here. It's like, I didn't even know what the CEO's name was until I read that article today. I was like, oh, okay. And of course, you know my feelings about Facebook. I made that abundantly clear today about Facebook. Surprised I haven't gotten a nasty gram from them yet. Why are you so mean? Katy Perry, yeah, I think she was one of the celebrities that was named about having so many fake. It was amazing how many of these music celebrities have fake followers. It's like they don't actually have as many followers as they claim to have. A lot of them are bought and paid for by their publicity agents. Yeah, I thought that was kind of ironic, but I think she was one of the people that was mentioned that had a lot of fake followers. But apparently that's not uncommon with music artists because they're actually not as interesting as they think they are. I'd say the Kardashians have got to have a lot of fake followers. I can't imagine that many people are really interested in what Kim Kardashian does with her day. I just don't see it. Don't see it. I'm being followed by so many verified accounts, random artists I've never heard of, but they may have paid people to follow you in hopes you will follow back. Yeah, I actually got a follow recently on Twitter from I think a very famous YouTube Minecrafter that like has a lot of followers, and like I was kind of surprised, like, how does this person know who I am? Because I've never tweeted anything to them ever, and they must have come across me somewhere, and they started following me just recently. I was kind of surprised. It's like, oh, okay. Of course, they might have seen a tweet I did to Microsoft or somebody else at some point and thought, oh, I want to follow that guy and see what he's doing. So you never know. Then I've seen people that have been featured on Mojang's Twitter, you know, for their builds that really don't have that many followers themselves. In fact, I followed a guy they featured the other day. He only had like 24 followers. And it's like, geez, this guy ought to be a lot more popular on Twitter than 24 followers. So I went and followed him. I was like, yeah, he got featured by Mojang and everything. He ought to at least have a few thousand followers. So who knows? I usually try to go check out whoever follows me on Twitter to see what they're all about. I've had a few that have followed me that are apparently cam girls or something. And they seem to be more about selling porn than anything else. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to block you. It's like, I don't want your stuff popping up on my Twitter. It's like, I don't even know how they get my name, unless they have some kind of bot that goes out and just randomly follows people all over the place, hoping that they'll get, you know, follow backs or whatever. I've had that trouble on YouTube too. I've had some girls follow me and send me messages. It's like, oh, I love your stuff, give me a follow back. And I go on their YouTube channel, it's like a link to some dubious website. That's all that's on their channel. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna delete that. It's like, I don't even want to know. But I can tell from your picture it's probably not good and probably porn related. It's like, I'm computer savvy. I can find that stuff if I want it. Don't need it linked to my YouTube or my Twitter. Thank you very much. So I don't know if you heard what I said earlier, Mag, but I'm probably going to start work on a new build here pretty soon. Thinking about doing a large Victorian building. Probably do that on my other creative map. Yeah, been kind of running through. I got a few architect books around here that have some Victorian designs in them. Thought, yeah, it might be kind of cool to do one of those, or you know, close approximation anyway. I like to go to the used bookstore and pick up all these architect books. So I can usually get them really cheap because college kids go in there and they sell them super cheap after they have classes or whatever. And not many people that go into the used bookstore are looking for used architect books, so I usually get them pretty cheap, like $2 or $3 a piece. And some of them were pretty expensive books when they first came out. All right. You don't have a secondhand bookstore? Yeah, I don't have one close to me anymore. I mean, well, we've got one. I thought they were going to disappear because they apparently were doing something they shouldn't have been doing, and they got raided not long ago because they do a lot of used electronics. In fact, one of my monitors I bought was from that bookstore, and they got raided not long ago. And I thought they were going to shut down after that, but they've opened back up, so I don't know. Might have to go in there and check them out. But they don't have a huge book selection. They have a lot of other stuff. The really big bookstore is not real close to me, so I have to travel a little bit to get to that. We used to have a really nice used bookstore here in town, but they shut up shop and moved out a long while back. Kind of sucks. It was nice having one close by, and they had mostly books and DVDs and music. Not a whole lot of music, but they had quite a lot of movies and books. Your aunt owns a large bookstore while the industry is dying. Their store is doing the best sales in 25 years. Yeah, I know, because they're coming more rare, so there's not as much competition now. I mean, Amazon's still a great place to find used books, but you know, there's something nice about going through the stacks of books and you know, the makeshift shelves and all that other stuff in these used bookstores, and finding a book you've never heard of before on Amazon. You pretty much are looking for something specific, and you don't happen upon stuff by accident very much. Sister's mother-in-law owns a secondhand bookstore. She does pretty good too. Yeah, like I said, there's not as much competition now, so it's kind of a heyday for used bookstores. And if you sell used CDs while you're at it, or DVDs for that matter, I mean, there's not too many places to find used DVDs these days. Except pawn shops, they occasionally get some. Don't have Amazon there? Yeah. Started doing ebook. Yeah, I know. That's the thing about it, is if you're a used bookstore, you can always go and sell on Amazon as well. You can open up an Amazon store on Amazon and sell books that, you know, maybe aren't selling at your store, or just offer them from there. And a lot of the books, even the used books I've bought on Amazon, have been from used bookstores around the country, and sometimes Britain too. I've gotten books shipped over from Britain that you know, took a little while to get here, but you know, the store just happened to be in Great Britain, and it's like, yeah, it's like they got the book for 98 cents and they're only going to charge me $4 to ship it. It's like, heck yeah, I'll take that all day long. Yeah, well, like I said, with Amazon, a lot of the used books on Amazon are used bookstores. They're still in business. So if they're online, if they got an online presence on Amazon, they ought to do pretty good. But they could get on there now, even if you don't have Amazon in Australia or New Zealand. You can still ship to other countries and still sell on Amazon. Yeah, some shoes coming next week. Yeah, I know. Shoes I'm wearing right now came off Amazon. This hat came off Amazon. There's a lot of things I wear that came off Amazon. Yeah, I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. one of my coworkers is like, I've never bought anything on Amazon. He's like, is it safe? And I was like, dude, it's like, let me go through the list of numbers of things I've ordered off Amazon. I started reading off my totals for the year in Amazon purchases. And I said, now, these are just individual orders. I said, some of those orders, you know, are multiple item orders, you know. And he's like surprised that I'd read off numbers like 65, 75 orders. Some of those orders are like multiple items. I was like, those are just individual orders. I said, that doesn't count how many items were in those orders. Yeah. There's always the Amazon tax that came last year because they even came to the area. All big online retailers must charge a 15% GST on purchase. Same with physical stores. Yeah. Well, you know, it's getting to be true here in America too, but I mean, it's not slowing down Amazon. So like I said, even if you don't have Amazon in your country, if you can log into it and create a store and sell stuff from your country to other countries, go for it. As long as you got a way to ship it out. Go for it, because I buy stuff from other countries all the time. Got your boom mic from Amazon? There you go. Mic boom, yeah. Yeah, my boom, this mic, pretty much everything I use in streaming came off Amazon. Literally everything I use in streaming came off Amazon. The only thing I use in streaming that didn't come off Amazon is the Xbox itself. I bought locally. I bought that from GameStop locally. Literally everything else I use in streaming except, well, let's see, that monitor came off Amazon. Those two did not. That one was a TV that my wife won, so that was actually a freebie. But literally everything else I have here, my desk, my chair I sit in. Okay, the lights didn't come off Amazon. I got those in the local hardware store, but all the audio, the camera, everything. Yeah, well, I'm lazy. I don't like to go browse in stores, you know. I like getting on Amazon. It's like doing a search for things and reading reviews and all that kind of stuff. If I find something in Walmart, you know, I can't exactly check the reviews while I'm in the store, you know, unless I get on the internet from my phone. You know, if I'm on Amazon, I can read what people have to say about an item right away. Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's very hard to find stuff. Plus, you have to go to a lot of different places for some things because physical stores are only so big. I believe I took local, but someone tried to sell me a $300 arm. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like I said. Yeah, boom arms are cheap, man. There's no reason why any of them should be $300. I don't care how nice it is. Even some of the really nice professional ones they use in recording studios and stuff are not that expensive. It's just got to be a scissor arm capable of holding up a certain amount of weight, and that's it. I mean, it's literally no different than the ones they use for desk lamps. It's pretty much the same damn thing. Yeah, I remember that. No Pockets donated the $80 and you went ahead and did the order. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that very well. How's No Pockets these days? Anyway, I haven't seen her in a while. I actually asked a Walmart employee to help you find an Amazon card. She gave me a dirty look and said we don't sell those here. That's alright. Go down to your local grocery store. I bet they do. My local grocery store sells cards for everywhere, including Amazon. You did, yeah. Yeah, I just pay for things directly on Amazon. I buy so much stuff on there. I've literally never had any problems with Amazon. I've ordered thousands of items off Amazon. Never had to send anything back to them. Been really lucky. Good old Kroger. Yeah, see that's what I was talking about here locally too. Is we got Kroger. They sell Amazon cards. Yep, I've seen them there. She comes in every so often, busy going up and down the country as baby pockets arrived last month. She's now Nana Pockets. I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you got Kroger's over in their organic section, you need to check out something I've been drinking lately. It's called Kabuka. They have this. It's basically a fermented tea. It's really good for you. It's kind of like yogurt. It's good for you. And I've been drinking a lot of that here lately. It's been really good. I used to have heartburn all the freaking time, and since I've been drinking that stuff, the heartburn's gone away. It's been amazing. I've been drinking quite a bit of that Kabuka here. I'll try to drink at least once a day. I didn't have one today, but I'll probably get one tomorrow. They sell that over in the organic section of Kroger. It's called Kabuka. They got usually a lot of different kind of flavors and stuff. Yeah, Kroger's I got Kroger's 5 minutes from my house too. That's the nice thing about Kroger's. They're never too far away. But yeah, Kabuka, man, check it out. It's good stuff. In fact, I think you can see a bottle of the stuff I drink in the background of one of my pictures on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got tacos one day or something and had Kabuka with it. Good stuff. It's like a fermented tea. It's an Asian thing, but it's not cheap. They're like $3 a bottle for like 16 ounces, but it's really good for you. It's like it's good for your gut, like cultured yogurt is. You know, you like tea, yeah. It comes in flavors like lemonade and blueberry and kiwi, strawberry, and stuff like that. It's good stuff. But yeah, it's been making a huge difference. Aids in your digestion, you know, because so much of what we eat these days is sugar, which is bad for you. So this kind of like counteracts some of the things sugar does to your digestion system, so it's good for that. Kind of like eating yogurt. Yeah, it's good stuff. I like the what was it called? Nature's Own Kroger brand, I think is what it's called. Let's see here. Let me look real quick. Let's see, Kroger. And I don't want to create a digital account right now. What am I looking for? Kabuka. Let's see if I remember how to spell it. Let's see here. Kabocha, I think is how you spell it. Yeah, Kabocha. Let's see, what's the brand Kroger has? See if I can find it here. Maybe that's not how you spell it. Shoot. Anyway, they sell it. Yeah, it's like all that sugar, man. It messes up your digestion. Something terrible. It kills all these good organisms that are in your gut, and it's one of the reasons people gain a lot of weight and stuff is because they eat all that sugar, and all that sugar kills off the good organisms in your gut, so you don't digest things like you should and all this other stuff. It's like, so Chinese apparently started drinking this stuff like ages ago, and they got all these different flavored ones now. It's really good. Yeah, there's a whole science behind it. It's one of the reasons you're supposed to eat yogurt every once in a while. But yeah, I started drinking that stuff, man. I was like seeing all kinds of differences in my digestion and everything else. So I was like, yeah, this stuff works. I'm gonna keep drinking it. Yeah. Yeah, every once in a while I come across something that actually does what it says it's going to do. So I was reading up on those there's a lot of people who are taking these like mushroom pills these days, and I did the research on that, and they don't do a damn thing. It's like all these ground up mushrooms people are taking in pill format. They're supposed to do all these amazing microbiotic things for you, and they just apparently don't actually work. And it's like, yeah, that's a shame. But while I was looking into that, I came across this kombucha stuff, or whatever it's called. I'll try to find the right spelling for that tomorrow and put it on Twitter. Let's see. Let's see. Let me go to my Twitter a second. Twitter. And let's see here. Let me see in my tweets here. Go back a little bit. See, when did I post that? Oh, there it is. It's Kombucha. And yeah, it's when I ate sushi. I had a bottle of it. It's called The Simple Truth Organic is the kind I got, and I got a picture of the strawberry lemonade there sitting beside the sushi. That is really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. They make a grape blueberry one too that's really good. I like both of those a lot. They have some ginger flavored ones as well if you like ginger. Not everybody's into ginger though, so. But if you like real ginger, they do have some ginger flavored as well. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And like I said, if you go on my Twitter, you can see a picture of it. Alright. Amazingly good stuff. I'm gonna keep drinking it. It's, like I said, it's not cheap. It's $3 a bottle, but it's totally worth it. It's a little zingy. If you don't mind a little bit of zing to your drink, you know, kind of like it's carbonated. I mean, it's a fermented carbonation. That's what it is. But so it's got that tangy flavor to it of carbonation, you know. But it's good. It's really good. Apparently, the Chinese have been drinking that for like hundreds of years. All right. place these. You like carbonated drinks? Yeah. Like I said, as far as carbonated drinks goes, it's good for you. So it's a lot better for you than sodas. I mean, I still occasionally gotta have my Mexican Coke, but because that stuff's just amazing. But yeah, if you want something good for you for the day, kind of counteract all the other sugary crap, it's a good choice. Good choice. Yeah, mostly at night I drink beer. Yeah, that's my thought on it too. You know, I'm not exactly getting younger, so I'm gonna start working out a little bit more, and you know, the recent back problems kind of convinced me that I need to work on toning up my bod a little bit. So I don't really get around and do a lot of exercising these days, so I need to start doing that. I don't want to get like pumped up like Arnold or anything, but I want to at least have a good swimmer's figure, you know what I mean? Unofficial health notification from Mixa. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Not gonna worry about breaks tonight, because it's not gonna be a super long stream tonight. Walk your dog a mile? Oh man, I wish I could walk my dogs, but they're way too out of control for me to take them around the neighborhood. Way too out of control. I mean, I used to have to walk them outside when I lived at the apartment because we didn't have a fenced yard, but now we got a fenced yard, so I just let them outside. But even when I took them outside at the apartment, it's not like I went that far from the apartment, you know, I just walked up the hill, walked down the hill, and that was about it. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing push-ups and stuff. I used to be able to do I used to do 100 push-ups a night, 100 sit-ups a night. I haven't done that in a while, so I'm sure I can't reach those numbers anymore. But yeah, I used to be really good about that, doing 100 push-ups, and I do 100 sit-ups, and I wait a little while, and I do another 100 push-ups, another 100 sit-ups. And just do them in reps of like that, and man, that was a while back. I'm not gonna lie, that was at least a couple of decades ago. You have an unfenced half acre? Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting back in shape. I'll start working out again. Might even get me a couple of dumbbells. Who knows? I used to have a couple of hand weights. They're like 10-pounders, and I'd just do repetitive, you know, stuff like that. And it's more than enough. You don't need anything heavier than that.
They will be no match for you.
And thank you for the follow. And the host. But yeah.
All systems have been alerted to your presence.
I'm gonna start using those again. I don't know where mine got off to. They were I know they were in my house when I lived down outside of Memphis, but that was a long time ago. And I've moved a few times since then, so I know I don't have them anymore. May have even left them there. I don't know. There were things I left behind there I just didn't care to take. So they may still be there. I don't know. Somebody ended up with them. I'll get some more though. They're not expensive. Little 10-pound weights. They're not expensive. That's all you really need. A couple of 10-pound hand weights. If you're not looking to buff up like Arnold, you don't really need anything bigger than that. Alright. I used to do a lot of swimming too, but of course I am going to get into the kayaking. I hope to do some videos of that when I get into that. Still working towards that goal, so I get to doing the kayaking. That's gonna be a pretty good workout, I think. You like swimming too? Yeah. If I had a good clean public pool around here, man, it's like we have a public pool like just a few blocks from us, but I don't think it's very clean. I mean, it is when they first open it, but I think about all those kids and peeing in the pool and all those mothers taking their kids in there with their dirty diapers and everything. It's like, I just don't want to swim in that. I'd rather go swim in the lake than the swimming pool. I have better luck with the barracuda. Yeah, no, right? Public pools are nasty, man. It's like we had a pool at our apartment, but you know, it was a pretty small pool, and it's like I saw how unsanitary some of my neighbors were, and it's like there's no way I'm swimming in that. And there's no way I'm building my own pool, so you know, it just ain't gonna happen. Two great ways to sink a lot of money into something you don't really need is a pool or a big boat, you know. Kayaks are okay because you know you spend a little money on a kayak and you're not boarding it somewhere or what have you. Don't have to have it docked anywhere. No dock fees. Don't have to pay any kind of taxes on it or any of that kind of stuff. Motorboats, on the other hand, a whole different ball game. It's like when I was in high school, there was a kid I went to high school with had one of those really fast cigarette boats, you know, like you'd see on Miami Vice at the time. And he's like, he's always trying to get people to go out on the boat with him. But the reason he was always trying to get people to go out on the boat with him is chip in for gas, because apparently that thing sucked it down, you know, like a drunk on St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah. He's always looking for people to pay gas for him to take out his boat. It's like, hey, you want to go boating? It's like, no, dude, I don't want to spend $50 on gas, thanks. It's like, forget that. It's like, yeah, it's a nice boat and all, but, you know, you really can't afford it. Alright. Yeah, kayaks are, you know, you don't have to get real into those. Get a decent kayak and it can last you for years. Get a decent paddle, life jacket, and that's pretty much your investment right there. All these nice little places where you can go on and take kayak tours too. I'm really been kind of looking into that too. So I'd kind of like to go do some of these tours of these rivers that some of these outfitting groups do. And it's like, you know, for $50 you can go spend the day touring some historical place, you know. via the rivers and waterways. It's kind of cool. Well, the thing of it is, I'm looking at a sit upon. I'm not looking at not looking for one of the ones you get inside of. I'm actually looking at the ones you get on top of. Sit on type. So you don't have to worry about it flipping over. You can jump off of it, get back on it. They make them for rough waters. I mean, I'm looking at a kind of a long, narrow one. That is made more for speed than anything, because they make a lot of fishing kayaks, but they also make ocean touring kayaks, and the kind I'm kind of looking at is kind of long and narrow and made more for speed. Not quite a surf ski, but pretty darn close. It's almost like a hybrid between a surf ski and a kayak. This is what I'm kind of looking at. So I could take it on the ocean if I wanted to, and comfortably traverse through the waves. But I'll mostly be sticking to rivers and things, because sharks scare the shit out of me. I do not want to get eaten by a great white or attacked by hammerheads. I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos. These guys out there kayak fishing on the ocean, and they get attacked by sharks. It's like, holy crap, that's scary. That's what you were just going to say. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, big shark, little boat, never a good thing. I think we need a bigger boat. But you know, I wouldn't mind going down to like maybe Gulf of Mexico again sometime, and kayak around the Gulf a little bit. Might be kind of cool. There was a couple of guys that transversed. Yeah, Jaws. There you go. There was a couple of guys that transversed the whole coast of the Gulf Coast of the U.S. in kayaks. It was pretty cool. I forget what their website's called, but they have like all this information of about how they traversed went around the whole coast of the Gulf of Mexico. It's very cool. And then there's people that do some of the major riverways in the southeast part of the U.S. It's called what is it called? The Great U or something like that. Some of the major rivers of what is it? North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, maybe Alabama and Georgia. I can't remember. But there's like this great big loop you can do of rivers and waterways, and there's a couple of people who have done that via kayak. It's a long trip, but it's a very cool idea. I would probably have to do it in sections, but you never know. When I retire, maybe I could do something like that for several months. Kind of like people that walk the Appalachian Trail, except they do it via waterway, you know. I think that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I start kayaking. I'm probably going to get me like a GoPro or something, some kind of knockoff like a GoPro, and I'll probably start filming some of this stuff, put it on YouTube so you guys can check it out. I hope to be able to do that by next summer, or next spring, probably. Have a kayak picked out and all that kind of good stuff. What about climbing a mountain? I leave that to my older brother. He does a lot of rock climbing, and he does a lot of skydiving and crazy stuff like that. I'm not big on heights. So I leave it to him because he's into all that kind of stuff. He does a lot of rock climbing, bungee jumping, and skydiving and stuff like that. He's into all that kind of thing. That is just not my scene. I'm not a big fan of heights. Every time I watch a video, you know, those videos, those like guys walking along the edge of a building or something like that, I get all puckered up, you know. It's like, you know, it gives me that bone chilling, you know, terror. I can't stand to watch that stuff. Now, it doesn't bother me when I watch the guys do like the paraplanes and stuff like that. I don't know why it is, but getting in a plane, or, you know, those guys that have the parachutes with the big propeller they strap to their back, you know, paragliding, I think is what they call it. I've watched videos of that. There's like a young guy that travels around and does a lot of paragliding stuff. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's on YouTube. His POV videos of him paragliding don't bother me in the least. That kind of height doesn't bother me because he flies over valleys and mountains and stuff, and for some reason that doesn't bother me. It's people on edges of buildings that freak me the hell out. I don't know why. Something about falling off a building. It's like I was watching these two guys in Britain. They went up on top of this unfinished skyscraper or something, and they went out on this crane. And it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet up in the air, you know, and they're like, oh, look, the cops are after us, you know, and they show way down on the street these tiny little dots that are cop cars, you know. And they're filming all this stuff in HD, and they're just hanging off of the edge of these cranes and things with no support, no ties, nothing to anything. Yeah, and it's like all they got to do is slip once or have a sweaty palm, which it gives me sweaty palms just watching it, you know. And they fall to their death. I mean, it'd take them a good 15 minutes to hit the ground. You know, they're so high up. They're going up with these super skyscrapers, you know. And that just freaks me out, man. It's like I get all these chills just watching it, you know. That kind of stuff, I can't watch it. It freaks me out. I've tried to sit there and watch it, and it's like, oh my god. It's like never in a million years. Yeah, absolutely nuts. Russians are real big into that too, you know. A lot of these YouTube videos, these guys climbing up on buildings, and like there's like a guy that took his bicycle up on the edge of a building, and he's like bouncing up and down on the rear tire of his bike, and he's like right there on the ledge of this building, you know. He's like jumping from like, there's like one little piece of concrete that sticks out, and there's like a gap, and then there's another piece of concrete that sticks out, and he's like balancing on that rear wheel, and he like jumps up and jumps on that other piece of concrete over that gap, and I'm like freaks me out. There's just no way in hell. You couldn't pay me enough money. Yeah. See, I had those falling dreams when I was a kid too, and he's usually like rolling off a balcony or something. Always freaked me out. Can't deal with that. Can't deal with it. Doesn't bother me in video games, but watching video of real life, it freaks me out. Let's see. Should be 3 and 3. Okay, so that needs to be right there. And Mag just reached the rank of Gunnery Sergeant Grade 2. Very nice. Mag's getting up there on rank. Yeah, I can't watch those. I can't watch those videos without just sitting there cold sweating the whole time. But I noticed a lot of those videos are like from Russian people. It's like Russian kids doing this crazy stuff. I'm like, holy cow. Gunnery Sergeant grade 2, 375 hours. Very nice. Very, very nice. He's gonna celebrate by blowing all his points. Up there you go. 10,000 points down the drain. You're still top. You're still number one. Yeah, 429,154. And am I even on that list? I don't think I am. Need a pit stop. There you go. Yeah, you're still good. You're still good. You're still way up there. Of course, Gerald Sean, he's pretty up there too, and he's like number 2. Yeah. And he's pretty much parked. He's pretty much parked on the channel. So anytime the bot comes up, he's gaining points. He's gaining points right now. He could surpass you. Could very well surpass you. Alright, let's see here. Let's see how we're looking in this direction. Let's go ahead and replace these two. Sure I didn't skip anything over here. Oh, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I've watched some of those. I watched some of those Russian kids on YouTube. Like, holy cow! Points removed. Right? You'll never know. Yeah, where's Sean been anyway? I haven't seen Sean in a while. Is he still streaming? Has he streamed lately? Nope, he hasn't streamed lately. He's been taking a break too, huh? I guess this is the last little section of this level. And we got one more below us, and that's it. I think we're going to finish up this build tonight. He set up and runs his own cafe now. Oh, really? Nice. So he went into business for himself? It's excellent, man. That is pretty sweet. How long has he been doing that now? Two months? Nice. How's it been going for him? Is he doing good business? Do you frequent his cafe? Yeah, it's always been a dream to have my own business someday. It'd be sweet. Hasn't been around to ask. Well, you haven't gone there and had lunch or something? Yeah, if I had a buddy that had a restaurant, I'd be like there all the time. Like, hey man, in your old town 3 hours away. Yeah, so you're learning to drive right now, is that right, Mag? Taking driving lessons? Slowly catching up, yeah. You got your eye on a ride yet? Been thinking about what you want to drive? 'Cause, you know, once you get that license, you're gonna want to have a vehicle. Can't go wrong with an MX-5, I'll just say that right off the bat. Rest of your friends got it 11 years ago? Yeah. Let's see, when did I get my driver's license? That would have probably been... when did I get my driver's license? That would probably have been 1985, 1986 when I got my driver's license. Sounds about right. Somewhere around 85, 86. So I've had a license for a little while. She updated from a Mazda Demio to a Suzuki Swift. The Mazda is your driving card? Nice! I don't guess I know what a Demio is. What's that in the U.S.? What's the U.S. version of that car? Or do they have one in the U.S.? Sometimes they have certain models they don't sell other places. Mazda 2, okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a pretty decent little car. I had a Mazda 5 before I sold it not long ago. Don't have the Mazda 5 anymore. Sold it off. Got the MX-5 still, of course. Love my little MX-5 convertible. Probably always have one of those cars. Got your restricted, you will be talking, be taking the Demio off her hands, but Java's got to get, yeah, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. Well, you'll get there. You'll get there. You back? Welcome back. Mazda 2. Yeah, I think one of the big sellers over here right now is a Mazda 3. And of course they've got that new Miata that's got the oh, what do they call it? It has it has a rear section that lifts up, the top comes down, and the rear section comes back and sits. Kind of like the way the Ferrari 308 was designed, except it wasn't a convertible. It had a target top. Just making a few mistakes that cost me that time. I have the cake, just need to fine tune to make the lacing. There you go. That's the way to do it, man. What's that new Miata called? Let me look it up here. What's it called? Mazda. Let's go to their website. What is that thing called? It's an MX-5, but it's not typical. It's the Miata RF. Yeah, their new Miata RF MX-5. That thing is pretty freaking sweet. Thing's pretty freaking sweet. I'd love to have one of those in red. Went around a few Fords and Mazdas. Yeah, watch out for them Fords. Fords are decent cars, except for the transmissions. Ford has not been able to make a decent transmission in like 20 years for their smaller vehicles. Their big vehicles, like their V8s and V6s, are fine, but if you're looking at 4-speed, 4-banger transmission, don't even bother. Just rebadged, yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those little 4-bangers. Ford has a lot of trouble with their transmissions. Like the convertibles I had in the 2000 PT Cruiser, but I had to trade it. Kept breaking down. I had to. Yeah, you know, I've heard a lot of bad things about the PT Cruiser. I thought it was kind of a cool concept when it came out, but then a lot of people that have owned them have had nothing but trouble out of them. And I've heard kind of the same thing about the little Mini Coopers they're making now. I hear a lot of people have a lot of problems out of those. And same thing with the Fiats, the little Fiat 500s they're making. Apparently are just not very good vehicles. They're okay if you plan on trading in your car in 2 years, but if you plan on keeping it past then, forget it. But yeah, I like my made in Hiroshima, Japan MX-5. It is a sweet ride, and I didn't pay very much for it because mine's a 95, so I had it paid off in no time. I think I paid it off in less than 2 years. Easy to keep it going. Ooh, kinda wish I had a candy bar right now. Got a little bit of the munchies. You have a 2016 Hyundai Veloster with panoramic sunroof. I love the car, but miss the convertible. Yeah, convertibles are nice. Well, certain convertibles. I've ridden in some that have back seats that I didn't care for the turbulence in the back seat, but little 2-seater convertibles are a lot of fun. I love those. You can pretty much control the wind, where the wind channels and those. And the nice thing about the MX-5 is it's not really turbulent in the cockpit. You got to pretty much get up to 80 miles an hour if you want turbulence in the cockpit. No, it's a little 2-seater roadster. Little MX-5, 95 MX-5, bright red. Yep, I love my little car. It's pretty much like an oversized go-kart. Hell of a lot of fun to drive. Perfectly, the way they designed it, it's perfectly balanced from front to back. You can actually put it on a... They've actually did videos when they first made the thing. They set the car on a pivot, just a little triangle piece of metal, and they had it perfectly balanced from front to back. So right there in the middle of the car, it's balanced from front to back perfectly. 50-50 distribution on weight, and it's extremely lightweight, which is what makes it so quick. Love that little car. It's got like a balance, because the 50-50 distribution is, they're perfectly balanced when you over or understeer them, so you can actually power glide them and all kinds of stuff. There's some amazing videos if you ever look at some of the MX-5 racing stuff they've done, kind of like what do you call it, touring racing, where they've run these things around curves at like ridiculous speeds, and they'll just do these amazing power slides. They're so easy to maintain. I would love to get it out on the ice and just power slide back and forth across the road. It's very easy to control slides on ice and stuff. It's amazingly fun. Wet roads, never a problem. Just drift around the corner. I love it. Once you get used to the car, it's like an extension of yourself. It's the most fun I've had driving in a good 20-something years. That's why I said I'll probably never not have one now, because I love that car so much. It's like, yeah, this is a car I've always got to have in the inventory. It's like, as long as I can drive, I will never not have an MX-5. I mean, it's, you know, Clarkson bought one. You know, if you ever watched Top Gear, Clarkson loved the Miata so much, he's always had one. Jay Leno too. Jay Leno actually owns several, but he still loves his original NA just like mine. He says it's one of his favorite vehicles to drive. He did a video. You can find his video on YouTube. You can find Clarkson's on YouTube too. They both love that car. But yeah, Clarkson bought one a long time ago. He's had one ever since. He's had MX-5 since the original came out. I think he's actually bought one of every model that's ever come out. Jay Leno, I'm sure, has too, because he's got quite a few of them. Yeah, see, that's exactly one of the reasons I wanted a two-seater. So that when the wife and I decided we want to go somewhere, we don't have people tagging along. It's like, well, we're taking the Roadster, sorry. It's a good excuse to get out by yourself. Yeah, it's definitely not one for a third wheeler to tag along in. It's very nice. If you're going out with a significant other, it's a good way to be sure that you're going out with only your significant other. Otherwise, people have to meet you wherever you're going. Which, believe me, has its advantages. Otherwise, a lot of my trips have been tag-alongs with other people. It's like, sorry, there's only room for two of us. I mean, you know, we've got cars with back seats if we need people to go with us, so, you know, it's just not the Roadster. The Roadster is just me and the wife, and that's it. Not to say other people haven't ridden in it, but, you know. Ford Mustang convertible. Yeah, if that's what you're into. Like I said, I'm not a huge Ford fan. My dad was a big Ford guy. I have not seen anything but trouble out of their transmissions in the last few years, so I won't touch them. I won't touch them anymore, but you know, it's all about what you like. Chevy Camaro, yeah. Yeah, one of the guys I work with, I think he has a Chevy Camaro. It's pretty nice ride. He calls it his giant Hot Wheels car. Because, you know, who doesn't like Hot Wheels, right? Alright, probably goof that up. Let's see here. Let's 4, 4. See how many this is. 4, 4. Yeah, there we go. Sorted that out. We are very close to finishing this. Not a whole lot of this left. So that means next stream we'll probably be doing another build. Probably get started. Try to take my graph paper with me to work this week and try to sketch out some design ideas for the new build, because I do like to sit down with graph paper and kind of design things. So I'll probably do that. Probably do that this week, or tomorrow, I should say. Try to remember to grab that. I think it's here in the office somewhere. Try to grab that tonight and take that with me tomorrow and do some design ideas. Especially when it comes to windows. I like to design all my windows on graph paper. I use colored pencils and stuff and get all these different designs down. I think it's going to be a big Victorian building, either a manor or a museum. You know, they did a lot of museums and stuff in Victorian times. They're still around today, so I may kind of do something along those lines. Something rather large, but not terribly overwhelming that they will be working on it for months, you know. I mean, I've completely rebuilt this, and it's only taken me, like, what, 3 nights of stream to completely rebuild this thing. Of course, it took me longer to build this originally because I sat there and thought out some stuff and went back and changed some stuff and experimented with some stuff and changed it later and so forth. But if I have a general design already down on paper, then it won't take me that long to put it together. Miss the other streams? That's alright, they're on YouTube. There's only like one other. There's one other stream, and then there was one night that I worked on this before I came back to start streaming again. So literally 3 nights of about 3 hours each is all it's taken me to rebuild this whole thing. Yeah, so there's only one other video. It's only about 3 hours long. Not even that. I don't think it's like 2 hours and something. And let's see, what have we been streaming? Almost 3 hours tonight. Very close to being to the end of this build, so I think we'll probably finish this tonight. I don't know. Looks like we're getting pretty darn close to being finished with it. Where's Akuza? I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen Akuza since I've been back. I just streamed again for the first time in a month, night before last. So he wasn't there and he wasn't here tonight. So hopefully we'll see him again here shortly. He probably doesn't realize I'm streaming again. Or he's doing something else. Who knows? Hard to say. People sometimes disappear for lengths of time. I don't know. Maybe he's been busy playing Minecraft. Hasn't been paying attention to Mixer at all. Who knows? I don't know. I follow him on Twitter. I haven't seen anything on there recently, so. You think Dixonius does? If he remembers you, he may not even remember you at this point. Probably doesn't even remember. I haven't seen him except once, and that was over a month ago. So yeah, he doesn't come in here and hang out very often either. He's probably been busy doing his own thing too. But I'd be terribly surprised if he even remembers you, to be honest. You're new to Mixer and didn't know the rules. Yeah, because wouldn't he ban you off his channel for mentioning my name or something? I don't know. Got upset because you asked where I was. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I know. He fussed at me about it too. I was like, dude, it's like, I don't control my viewers. It's like, why are you fussing at me for? It's like, I didn't ask him to do that. I was like, why are you jumping my case? Yeah, some people get bent out of shape about stuff. I don't know. Yeah, he was jumping my case about it, and I was like, I didn't have anything to do with that. It's like, people do their own stuff. I mean, personally, I don't get bent out of shape when people ask me where's so and so. Like, I didn't get bent out of shape when you asked about Akuza. I didn't get bent out of shape when you asked about Dixonia. That sort of thing doesn't bother me. We're just having a conversation, right? But there are other streamers that'll get all bent out of shape about stuff like that. All bent out of shape about stuff like that. It's like, how dare you mention somebody else? Yeah. I only get upset if people promote other people that we have no idea who they are, you know. That kind of stuff is in bad form, but if you ask about somebody we all know, it's like, that's not a big deal. But like I said, people react different ways to different things, so, you know. I'm sure if you did it again, he'd probably get just as upset as he did the first time. But that's just how some people are. You wouldn't dare. Yeah, you already had your hand bit once, right? Yep. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. I've had people I wasn't even talking to snap off on me on Twitter about stuff I was saying to somebody else and wasn't even really talking to that particular person, you know. I was just saying something to somebody else that responded to something somebody said, and then had, you know, somebody come in and try to white knight and get all bent out of shape because they have no idea what's going on, but they want a white knight for the person, you know. So they get all attack dog. He got ticked. Yeah, I know. Well, I know. Like I said, he was still fuming when he talked to me about it. And I was like, dude, it's like I don't know what you're talking about. It's like I didn't have anything to do with it because I honestly didn't. You know, I didn't even know who he was talking about at first. It's like one of your followers. I'm like, well, that narrows it down. I was like, okay. Came in and asked about you. It's like, okay. I ended up banning them. It's like, were they rude? It's just a point. It's like, what's the point? I never understood why he got so upset. But, like I said, different people react different ways. Yeah. I've had completely innocent conversations about stuff on the internet, and people get all bent out of shape or start attacking me because they think I'm attacking their friend or something. And it's like, that's not what was going on. It's like, and who are you, and why are you getting involved in something you have no idea what's going on? So yeah, just kind of, I don't say a whole lot I don't comment too much on other people's posts either. Unless I'm intentionally trying to be sarcastic now. It's like, yeah, screw it. You don't talk most of the time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't respond to too many people on Twitter. I just flat out quit following some people on Twitter because they just seem to have drama follow them everywhere. It's like, yeah, I don't have time for that. Don't have time for the drama. I think some streamers on Mixer actually try to create drama because they want to create a stir, you know. But I'm not saying that's what Dickie was doing. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm painfully aware of some streamers on Mixer that try to create drama. Yeah, who has time for that, right? It's like, I'm just not going to get in the middle of all that. Not going to get in the middle of all that. Try to get along with everybody, but you know, there's been a few streamers I've quit following just because on Twitter and on Mixer because they just seem to attract bad elements. I'd rather have a good time while I'm here. Yeah, you too? Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather just hang out and have a good conversation. Even if it's only 2 or 3 people in the stream, I'd much rather do that. Now, we've already had people come in and follow tonight that never said anything past, you know, the follow or the host tonight. And you see what I'm talking about? It's a lot of people come in here just for the shout outs and then they don't hang around. It's like, we're not going to do that crap anymore. It's like, we're not going to just shout people out for follows. I could care less if they follow. I will say thank you for following. I will say thank you for hosting, but unless they're regular, they're not getting a shout out. Screw that. Not gonna play that game anymore. Just like the kids that came in earlier tonight just trying to be rude, you know, just so they could create a YouTube video for that. I mean, it's like, what's that all about? Why even bother? It's like one kid flat out said, I want to get reactions for a YouTube video. It's like, sorry, it's not going to work that way. What's it mean when they host? It just means that they're hosting your stream on their channel. It's a way to expand. It's a way of expanding viewership. It's a way of just, you know, you host their stream on your channel, and it expands the viewership a little bit. I don't really know that it does much of anything, to be honest with you, in the grand scheme of things, but you know, unless you've got 50 people sitting in your channel and you go and host somebody, and then those 50 people are suddenly watching that new streamer that you're just hosting, and boom, their numbers jump up 50. Unless it's something like that, I don't really see it does much. It's a nice thing to do. I mean, it's more of a gesture than anything else, but some people do it just for the shout out, just see their name come up on screen and hear the host shout out their name. A lot of people only do it for that reason. Those people that are doing it for that reason are doing it for the wrong reason. So that's why I've got a generic pop-up now. It doesn't say their name anymore, and I'm not going to say their name either, because if I don't know them from Adam, then, you know, why give them a shout out? Why even bother? Alright. Getting so close to being done. I think we've got this little section right here, and this is it. And we go right over to here, and I think we're done. So I think all these are done over here. Yeah, I think that is done. Well, the bottom isn't done over there, so we could finish that real quick. So that won't take but a second. And we won't even have to come over to this section again. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Oop. You like the marble better? Yeah, I do too. See, I didn't have the marble originally when I built this on the 360. The marble got added much later on. Sea lanterns too, they weren't here either, so it was originally glowstone. Everywhere you see sea lanterns was originally glowstone. Oops. Well, here, we'll grab one of these now. Let's see here. Oop, there we go. But yeah, the marble definitely looks better. The iron didn't look that bad on the 360, but the new texture they have for it is a little bit too... It's a little too, I don't like it as much as I did the original. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that too. There we go. There we go. You love the trident with loyalty and channeling? Is that what it is? Channeling? I haven't played around with trident too much, to be honest. I have to figure out a lot of the new stuff. Seem to be a lot of people just carrying the trident around everywhere now, so see people using it quite a bit. I still kind of like the bow. It's kind of my favorite. I've gotten pretty good with it over the years.
Cruising highways longer further. Living life is supposed to be.
All right.
Lights never seem to stop us.
Channeling in a thunderstorm causes a lightning bolt to hit a mob that you throw at it. Oh, nice. I don't think I've seen that yet. I don't think I've seen that in a video yet. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing so much building, I've still not completely finished my first beer of the night. You can make supercharged creepers? Nice. Now, see if there was some way to automate that. That would be pretty sweet. So that's the kind of stuff we need to figure out how to do. We need to figure out how to make some new automated mob farms with some of the new stuff we have. Just around this other side here, it'll be a little bit easier to get to, I think. There we go. That's what I'm going to learn how to do the automated farms. Yeah, no, see, we're going to have to all relearn this stuff now, because with the new aquatic update, a lot of the old stuff doesn't work the way it used to. All those old mob traps we used to use. But I'm thinking with some of the bubble stuff we've got now, we might be able to create some better mob farms than we had previously, more efficient ones. I've already seen something somebody did with a guardian farm using bubbles to push out the guardians, and it was amazingly fast. So I'm thinking the same thing might be able to be adapted to do with other stuff. This is a great song. I love this song. All right. Let's finish this little section. Great song. Was it Tech? See the guy that hangs out with Grian? Is the dude that hangs out with Grian. And Owen Phase Pro, how you doing? I don't always remember some of these names of some of these YouTube builders, but doing good, man, doing good. Long time? Has it been a while? When did you see me last? Oops. Been a while. All right. Is that who you're talking about, Illinoisian? Is that the guy? Or not? The guy I saw do it hangs out with Grian all the time. And at least he's the first one I've seen do it. I was like, that's very clever. It's like, it's a couple of things I would have probably done differently, but I thought his general concept and general idea was really, really good. But, you know, it's a new design, so it's gonna have some issues people will improve over time. That's the way it always goes. Same thing with Guardians. Yeah, well, I mean, he might have originated, or he might have got it from who you saw. It's hard to say. Hard to say. It's all about borrowing concepts and making them better. That's how invention works too. That's how inventors work. They take a basic concept somebody else came up with and make it better, or adapt it for their own uses, you know. Bloop. Alright. That's how all the great inventions of the world came about. Even the television set was something that was borrowed from an idea that was already invented, that somebody thought, oh, I can adapt that and maybe transmit pictures. Sure enough, that's what they did. All right. I think this is our last section here, and that got 2 layers of that, 2 layers of this, and I think that's it. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of stuff with the bubble stuff. The bubbles just add a new dynamic to the whole making things move quicker thing. You love these builds? Yeah. This is a classic, man, that I've been wanting to update it for a while since we got the new blocks, and it's like, you know, I feel like doing some creative, but I don't actually feel like designing anything new. So I decided to go back and update this old build. Yeah, it's 8 years behind, so it was definitely time to update it. Maybe not quite 8 years, but close to it. Whenever the Minecraft for Xbox 360 came out, I think that was about 8 years ago. I'm not sure. I may have my count wrong, but it's one of the first things I did in creative mode. Alright. Yeah, looks a lot better with the new blocks. Lots of changes. You have to really go back and study all the old pictures, but pretty much every block has been swapped out except for the stuff around the base that's still stone. All that stuff's still the same. Oh, there's a turtle. Another turtle. That stuff right there and that stuff right there is about the only thing that hasn't been changed. There's a turtle too. And, you know, I'm going to redo that out there, extend these out at some point and do some other stuff. Alright. See, I thought we were working on one of these. So we finished that already, didn't we? You like that? Yeah. The Aquarius is one of my oldest builds. It's always been one of my favorites because I didn't conform to any kind of standard building convention for the building. It's like I wanted something that looked very, very alien, but I like playing with curves, so I put a lot of curves in a lot of my builds. Curves, domes, all that kind of stuff, but I wanted something that wasn't just a dome, and I didn't want something that was just curves. So I kind of made a hybrid. And then I thought, you know, it'd be good to have something in the center. So I thought, I'll do something real basic. I'll just dig down all the way down to bedrock with these little water bridges coming out and then flowing into the ocean, and then I'll put the ocean on a different level and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, there was a lot of terraforming that went into this. It was a lot of fun to design, though. A lot of fun to design. But now that we got some of these new blocks, so when I built this, closest thing we had to what I was looking for was the iron block, and the texture on it was a lot different back then on the 360. It's changed a bit over the years. And glowstone's what I used for all the lighting, and that was the only block light we had at the time. We didn't even have power lights at that time. Redstone lamps didn't exist. So I've got all those replaced now. It looks so much better. I know one thing, as soon as I get off stream tonight, I'm gonna go eat a bowl of cereal. I'm getting hungry sitting here eating, sitting here building. I hear the cornflakes in the other room calling my name. Just about got this finished. And we won't work on this map again until I add something to it. I have to come up some more designs that look kind of alien. Ooh, tomato and basil flatbread crackers. You get those at Kroger's? I'm over in the cheese section. If you did, I know. Yeah, I know those. I've had those. Those are good. Those are good. I like those. I've bought those a few times myself. They are quite good. Nice and crunchy. I like those quite a bit. Got like the sea salt on them. Yeah, I know exactly the crackers you're talking about. Those things are amazing. Those things are freaking amazing. Eat some of those, a little smoked Gouda. Oh my god. Oh, they're good. They're good. They go really well with smoked Gouda. Yeah, they are really good. They're very addictive. Yeah. Hey, get me some more of those next time I go in there. I'll probably make a little stop by Kroger's tomorrow and get some more of that when I go get me some more Kabuka. All right. You gotta go to Kroger tomorrow too? Yeah. Dog food? Yeah, I might have to buy some more of that too.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
And thank you for the follow. Yeah, I've been buying that buffalo, what was it, blue buffalo dried dog food for the dogs. It's been pretty good dog food so far. I do all right. We're gonna start a new build Friday, I think. Friday night, starting at midnight Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna start a new build. Come back and work on this one again at some future date. Just updating this one tonight. Better than you, at least. I probably have a few years on you as far as building in Minecraft. I've been doing this a while, so This is actually an 8-year-old build that I'm just updating because there's new blocks in the game that I didn't have back then.
Trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
Yep, just about got it done. I think we got this little bit right here. And thank you for the follow. Yeah, it's all practice. That's all it is, practice. Try new stuff and hang out with other good builders. That's what I did. Learn all the tricks, exchange information. You know, figure out how other people did stuff, and then incorporate those tricks and tips into your own stuff. I was lucky though when I was learning how to build. I should say I'm still learning how to build a lot of things, because you never really stop learning. There's always new stuff to learn. But I was lucky when I got started. I hung out with some really, really amazing builders, and I got lucky that I got to pick up on a lot of that stuff. It really, really helps hanging out with good builders. Pick up on a lot of the stuff they do. Get the pet fresh in the cooler. I don't usually get the wet dog food.
You have been well trained.
I usually have so many problems with that. Thank you for the follow.
Match for you.
I usually have so many problems with salmonella and stuff in the wet dog foods that I don't buy them. Always get the dry stuff. Tends to be less recalls. That's one of the reasons I went to that Blue Buffalo dog food for the dogs, is they had so few recalls. They didn't have any recalls that I could find anyway. Up until then, I was giving them kibbles and bits, but you know, after I had that whole that whole issue with the euthanasia drugs being found in the wet dog food for kibbles and bits, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's like it's time to change brands, find something else. Maybe you give them dry dog food from now on. Right? That's like, I just went online. I was like, I did all this research on what dog food has not had any recalls. What's the best dog food? What do veterinarians recommend? You know, what do pet breeders recommend? You know, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, finally I ended up on, I forget the brand I was buying them, but it was like $50-$60 a bag. And it's like, this stuff is just too expensive. It's like, I don't eat this nice, you know? But like number 2 down the list was like this Blue Buffalo stuff. It's like, I don't buy them the chicken, but I get them the fish and the lamb, I think it is. Yeah, I don't want to take chances either. Man, dogs are they're like family, you know, so they're definitely family. And there's no like to it. They're definitely family, so so yeah, I decided I'm gonna spend more on dog food now, but I'll feel a little bit more confident when I'm feeding them is not gonna kill them, you know. It's supposed to be healthier for them, supposed to be more natural stuff, less allergenic stuff in it and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I spend a little bit more on dog food now, but I feel pretty good about it. It's an acceptable expense at this point. Stuff I was getting them at the pet store, and it was like really ungodly expensive. It's like, ugh. It's like, okay, what can I get them that is still good for them, but I can pick up the grocery store and not make a special trip to the pet store. It won't cost me an arm and a leg. And it's like this Blue Buffalo stuff kept coming up and all these recommendations. So I was like, okay, I'll get them that. But I still stay away from the chicken, man, because I don't trust the chicken. There's been so many salmonella outbreaks from the chicken that I won't buy the chicken anymore. I won't buy anything with chicken in it for the dogs. If I'm gonna give them chicken, I'll buy chicken and cook it. By Science Diet, JD from my vet for his hip dysplasia. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, whatever usually go with whatever the vet recommends, especially if they have a special condition of some kind, Must be a lab. Is he a lab? Hey there, how you doing? No, labs get a lot of the hip dysplasia. It kind of sucks. It's very common among labs and golden retrievers. All right, let's see. Did we get them all? I think we missed a block right there. Overbred. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, it's kind of sad what we've done to... Oh, missed a couple right here, don't we? It's kind of sad what we've done to dogs through breeding stuff over the years. A lot of things just not good for them. Parents got done with getting a dog from puppy farm. Unfortunately, all the paperwork didn't make sense. He has very animal health paper. Yeah. See, all my dogs have been rescue dogs. I've never actually paid much of anything for a dog. All my dogs have always been rescues, and they've always been the best dogs, most loyal dogs. They're all mutts and they're mixes of various things, but they've all been great. Wouldn't trade any of them for the world. Now, granted, I think Oliver may be pure Shih Tzu. I'm not sure. I didn't get him though. The daughter's husband bought him. It's not a dog I would have picked up. But all my previous dogs were all mixes, and Susie's a mix between a Border Collie and a Lab. She's more Border Collie than she is Lab. And I basically got her because my last dog that I had to put to sleep, who was my best bud, Tracy, she was the same kind of mix. So I looked around at the adoption places for a dog just like her, and that's where I found Susie. 'Cause I was still grieving from losing Tracy, so I had to have a dog to replace her. Had to try to find something like her, completely different personality. Doesn't matter if they're twins; they just have completely different personalities. Susie's got some personality traits that remind me of other dogs, but she's definitely not Tracy reborn. She kind of some of her personality reminds me of a chocolate lab we used to have. But yeah, I prefer rescues to going out and get it from some puppy mill. Some puppy mills are just notoriously underhanded anyway. Yeah, I love animals too. Yeah, they're great. not super keen on snakes. I won't lie about that. I'm not super keen on snakes or spiders, but dogs, cats, rabbits, guinea pigs, you know, all that kind of stuff. You have 24 snakes. I won't be coming to your house for dinner. No siree, Bob. All right, I think that's got it. I think we got the whole thing completely rebuilt from top to bottom using the quartz. And boom, go ahead and clear the hot bar. And there she is in all her glory. Updated for 2018. And we won't work on this map again until we add something out from the radius. A bit of a trek anyway. Yeah. When I was little, my grandmother took me to a friend's house, and she's like, I gotta warn you ahead of time, she keeps snakes. And I was like, what do you mean she keeps snakes? She's like, she lets snakes roam around in her house. I was like, I'm not going inside. I was like, I'll wait out in the car. So I sat out in 90-degree weather while she went and visited with her friend that had snakes, and I was sat in the car. It's like, screw that. Last thing I want, something come crawling up my leg. Yours are all vivariums. I assume that is non-poisonous. I'm not a snake expert, so I don't know. I'm assuming that means non-poisonous. Glass cages. Yeah, still. It's like I can go up and look at them in the zoo, but I don't go anywhere near them. What do we got down here? What is that? Is that swamp water? I think that's swamp water in it. Must be swamp water. A lot of things different from 360 days. See, all that land wasn't out there on the 360. Didn't have any land. This was all water. All constrictors, so non-venomous. Yeah. But the thing you got to remember about snakes is, you know, I've had people say, oh, look how cute, my snake's like snuggling up against me. He's sizing you up to see if he can swallow you whole. That's what he's doing. Your snake doesn't love you. He wants to figure out when he can eat you. When he's big enough to eat you, he will eat you. That's why snakes lie beside some of their pet owners, is they're sizing them up. That's what they're doing. That's how they size up their victims. Yeah, they're beautiful creatures, don't get me wrong. I just don't want to live with them. It's like they're fine in the zoo or out in the wild, but no, not in my house. Same reason I don't keep tigers or alligators. I don't want anything that's going to eat me. Alright, guys. You'd be able to finger. Yeah, well, you know, if he gets big enough, he'd swallow you whole. Believe me. He's looked at you as food. Gonna have hot nightmares? Yeah. Yeah, you know, if you look on the internet, I'm sure you can find stories of people that have kept pythons and things and end up getting eaten by them eventually when they get big enough, because it does happen. Your ears aren't that big and they won't get that big. Yeah, usually not. They usually die off before they get that big. But some people have let some really big boas loose in I think it was in Arkansas when I lived in Memphis. They were talking about these humongous boa constrictors people had let loose in the swamp area in Arkansas, and they'd gotten so freaking big, they say they were almost big enough to eat a person. They were so huge because they've been roaming around out in the wilds for so long, and they'd been eating people's pets and things. So, yeah. Yeah, they can get quite big, yeah. They can get quite big. You can find pictures of stuff snakes, pets people have let loose out in the wild in swamps, and they've gotten humongous. All right, well, I am going to get some sleep, guys. I'm going to eat some food and get some sleep, and I will see you most likely Friday. I doubt seriously I'll be on tomorrow night, but I will be on Friday night, 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully we're going to start on that new build. So I will see you guys then. You all have a great night. Catch you later.
Except your voice and your presence. Maybe we are just not meant to be in this now. But I put all my trust in you.